ProTools Tour. Here's a quick tour of the main Pro Tools windows. First, we have the Edit window. The main features of the Edit window include the edit modes: Shuffle, Spot, Slip, and Grid, and the edit tools: Zoom, Trim, Selector, Grabber, Scrubber, and Pencil. We have the counters, the edit selections, and the transport controls. Below that is a black bar of various controls. You can see each of the functions as I mouse over them, including the grid value menu and the nudge value menu. Below those are the timeline and conductor rulers. You can expand the tempo and key signature rulers like this. On the left side of the edit window is the track list with its pop-up menu and the groups list with its pop-up menu. On the right side, there's the regions list with its pop-up menu. Finally, we have the tracks in your session. On each track, there's the track name, record button, solo button, and mute button. Click this button for the playlist menu. Click here for the track view menu. And click here to change the track's height. On the tracks, you'll see audio regions, MIDI regions, and automation data, like the volume adjustments shown here on this Stereo Master Fader track. The tracks and edit groups lists can be shown or hidden using this double arrow button on the lower left side of the edit window. Likewise, the regions list can be shown or hidden by clicking the double arrow button on the lower right side of the edit window. Let's move on to the mix window by choosing it from the Windows menu. In the mix window, we can see individual mixer channels for each track. Let's start from the top. On an instrument track, the top is where the MIDI input and output and other MIDI controls for a virtual instrument reside. Below that is the Insert section, where you can add virtual instruments on instrument tracks or plug-in effects such as EQ and compression. You can put up to 5 plugins on one track. Next we have the sends. Sends make a copy of the track signal and send it somewhere else, like to an internal bus or to an outboard processor. There are 10 sends available per track, but only 5 are shown here. Below the sends are the track's input and output. Click to choose from your various inputs and outputs. Then there's the automation mode selector. Below that are the panning controls, record enable button, solo button, mute button, and volume fader. Then there's the voice or patch selector, group ID indicator, track type indicator, track name, and comments section. On the left side of the mix window is the tracks list with its pop-up menu and the mix groups list with its pop-up menu. These can be shown or hidden using the double arrow button on the lower left side of the mix window. Use the mix window view selector button to customize what you see in the mix window. The last main Pro Tools window is the transport window. Choose transport from the window menu to view the transport window. If you don't see all of the parts of the transport window as shown here, choose transport from the view menu and check off all of the parts in the list. On the top left of the transport window, there are the standard transport functions: play, stop, etc. Below that are the pre-roll, post-roll, and transport master assignment, as well as the timeline selection boxes. In the middle are the main and sub-location indicators. To the right, we have the MIDI controls.